Hey, hello everyone. This is me again, Taisete DJ, but this time with version 3.1 of the Akai Fire. Uh, this script will be actually what I call a finished project. I have to say that I'm very proud of this work. It has been quite a long time. I did work on many things to get this done, and I can call it complete. I may polish up some small details later, but it feels really good, this new script. What do we have in the new script is basically that every button of the different modes will have different modes. For step mode, we will have the normal step sequencer and the sequencer 64 steps. For note, we will also have two modes that again we are able to change with the knobs and focus on two different modes and keep those modes in a memory, so you will have all the time two memory slots on each mode. Drum mode will still have two modes, but now we only have FL settings, spectacle mode, view meter vertical, FL mixer. This is a new mode, slice X, and view mode. I have limited the possibilities of the drum mode because I don't think that I need to put every single mode here, because what I did now is that now perform mode has two different modes in the memory, but that's not all, because it has three modes. You will be able to swap between two modes as you do in the drum mode. So now we will have on perform, we will have faders, omni-channel, XY control, channel piano, view meter horizontal, FPC center, FPC left, FX slots. This is a new mode as well, FX slots. Okay, and so yeah, by doing this change, what I wanted to do is that you will be able to have two modes all the time in all the different modes. So the different modes are step, note, drum, and perform. So with that, you will be able to have more versatility. That means that you can have actually access to many different modes quicker, right? So this is the FX slot mode. Is one of the two new modes, because I have put two new modes that I created. So FX slots is basically a page selector for the different modes. So you will only have one LED that will blink, and that's your selector. So you have the selector of FX. So let me put for example, I don't know, harmless. Harmless is a plugin with a lot of controls. So if I'm in the FX slot 0, I will be controlling the first 4 parameters that are related to a plugin. So that applies to all the plugins. So this will be control 1, control 2, control 3, control 4, and then if you go to the second page, it will be control 5, control 6, control 7, control 8. So the idea is that you can actually browse quickly through the different effects. So I don't know, yeah, for example, here I can control release. If I go back, I can control the phase. So that will give quick access to all the different plugins, the different effects that are on the different plugins. This is based on the plugin that you select. So if you go to another plugin, you will be controlling the plugin that you're focusing on. So that gives a very, I mean, a very extended range of controls, right? Because now you can, if you identify what are the FX slots that you want to control, for example, let's say, yeah, that's good, I want to control the grid and the vibrato and LFO. Here it is, I can remember it was here. So that's good for yeah, for controlling the plugin effects. Also, you will be able to see the number and the effect name. So for example, here I can see that I'm turning on effect 43 portamento mode in this one. Okay, so if I change, I will have here, I have adaptive filter, here I have velocity release, here I have another thing. So you will be able to actually be capable of controlling all the different effects. So the number of effects will be 64 multiplied per 4, which gives a total of 256. Wow, 256 parameters that you can control. I was calling this wrong, it's parameters. So I'm controlling the parameters with the FX slot page. This is the FX slot page, and if you remember, the FX slot was a preset that was under the knob modes, but now I have changed this. So once you go to FX slot, you actually, this will change automatically. So if you were, for example, on the if you were here on the channel on the channel knob mode, if you change to FX slots, now you see that this has turned off, because right now we are on the FX slot, and therefore we are only using the knobs to control the effects. That's my idea. So that is like yeah, it's basically for controlling every single FX parameters that you have on a plugin, and that will be really useful for many appliances. So moving on, the other new mode is FL Mixer. FL Mixer, that's the new mode as well with the FX slot. And to access the FL Mixer, you just hold Alt and Drum, and you will be actually showing the FL Mixer. This is the FL Mixer, and maybe you will see, you will say, what is this? Okay, what the FL Mixer will do is that you will have here on the left and right for grid, you will have the ability to focus on the mixer or to focus on the channel rack. And if you see here, okay, I am right now, if you can see, when I scroll, I move through the different channels on the channel rack, and you will notice that this LED here is red. The LED is red, and that is only applicable to drum modes. And let me explain you why. Because on the step mode, we used to have this, like for controlling 4 channel racks at once, and you will have your mutes here, as we always do. But it changed on the drum modes, and it changed for a reason. The reason is that now the behavior is different, because I'm focusing a block of 4 channels, but I have an indication of the selected channel here, and this will never change. The selected channel is the first on the top, and that I made it for quickly identifier, for letting you know where you are. because because yeah, that will give a good hint of where you are. And let me show you why. Because right now you see this and maybe you think we are only displaying a path page of white paths, but that's not true. If we go to FL settings and we randomize the colors, and now let me go back to the channel mixer, what do you see here? This is basically a representation of the channel that I have selected there. So first channel is the kick, is blue, and look here, I'm controlling the volume of the channel. That's the intention of my FL mixer, is to have a unlimited, without limits mixer for channel rack and for the mixer as well. And the same will happen with the mixer. So if I randomize the colors, now I have a representation of the colors of the mixer. Okay, there is a small book that it's a small problem onto painting that you will see here, that for example this channel starts in yellow and then here it goes green and other colors. I don't know why I have this. I'm trying to solve this issue, but this issue has a workaround, and the workaround is to turn the brightness until you reach almost the bottom of the brightness. So if I scroll down the brightness, you will see here that the colors are now representing the real color all the time. So the bug is not happening when the brightness is low. So you have to put the brightness like at the 20% and you will be fine. The mixer will work. Good thing about the mixer, so if we are on this step here, we are at 100% of the percentage of the volume in the mixer of the mixer track. If we are in channels, that same line will be 80% of the channel volume, which is pretty much the default volume of each channel rack. And that's good, so because you can have an idea that the last section of 4 buttons are 80%, then 87, 93 and 100%. And if we go down, we will be always doing this jump of 7%. So 7% is the threshold of the change between the press pad. That is very good because it gives a lot of accuracy, if you ask me, because I mean you can jump like from 0 to 80 or 0 to 127 100%, I mean. So so that is good for actually having a live mixer, I will say. And I will do a quick demonstration of that. Okay, so let's go to step sequencer 64. You know that one. Okay, so I'm drawing a basic pattern kit. Now I will be building a basic kick, a basic clap, basic hi-hat. Okay, hi-hat here, then one snare, yeah, whatever, and then something in the bass for flex, I don't know, something really random, and then harmless, and yeah, some more here. Let me see if I don't move the camera. I moved the camera. That's not good. Okay. Okay, so I have something drawn here. Okay. Okay, this is completely terrible, of course. It's just something that I put without even thinking about what I'm doing. But let me show how it works with the mixer, with the FL mixer. Okay, so you can also still use the mute as well, but let's do this way. Let's put all the faders down. Let's start with only the kick. Okay, let's have the clap. Yeah. So let's say so let's say that you don't have any faders and you want to have a fader that is almost a fader. Is of course a fader will be able to be more precise, but hey, you have a fader mixer here and it doesn't have any limits. It doesn't have any limits. So we'll go to if you go to the mixer track, you can see it doesn't have any limits. So you can be on every channel. Every channel, you have control of every channel for the mixer and for the channel rack. With only the change of these two buttons, you will be able to change between one or the other. And by the way, this mode only works when you are focusing the channel rack or the mixer track. If you are not focusing, you will see that nothing will happen. Okay, it's not a bug. I did it this way. I may plan to change something in the future, but right now it is like this. I like it to be like this. Okay, these were really big changes at the end. Okay, let me go back again to channel rack. And as I mentioned, the mute buttons now work with the selection of the mode for drum modes or perform modes. Okay, if you are in the note mode or in the step mode, you will see that the mute buttons will light brighter, and that's an indication that you are in the step mode, the original step mode, because it behaves this way. I mean, you select 4 channels that are not related to the selected channel. Here is the selected channel. If I change the selected channel, you lose the track of the selected channel, right? And that doesn't happen with this mode, because this mode is intended to focus all the time the selected channel and the 3 selected channels that come after the selected channel. So you are all the time selecting 4 channels. Okay, well, what else I can say? Yeah, shortcuts, very important, shortcuts. Okay, shift and drum didn't change. Now it didn't change. It's FL settings and FL view mode. Okay, alt and drum, it's now FL mixer and SliceX. Shift, alt and drum, it will give CC toggle and view mode. I need to change this one. I didn't want to have this one, but I will change it later. Okay, but that's the shortcuts. For the perform mode, the only shortcut that I put is one. Okay, I only put one shortcut, and is alt and perform is FX slots. Why I didn't put any more shortcuts in the perform mode? Because we keep the functionality of perform mode. So maybe you were thinking, I lost the perform mode because you add these new modes. No, I didn't want to lose any modes. So now, if you hold shift and perform, you will be using the performance mode. And if you do it again, you will be doing overview mode. For me, overview mode, I don't find it for any purpose, but I think for some appliances or some producers will find it useful, but I don't find it. I mean, I don't use it, but it's there. I mean, you still have it. You still have your performance and your overview mode. So that means that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 and 10. So perform mode has 4 modes. That means that perform mode has 4 different modes, and only 2 of those will be accessible with a single button press, which will be, of course, the views that you select, for example, faders and XY control. And yeah, so you will have all the time the memory of 2 different dump pages in the perform mode, but also your performance mode will be there. Let me put a performance template to show that that is the real case. Okay, I want to show you that effectively you still have your performance mode that now can work with other modes, giving you more functionality. That was my intention all the time, giving more functionality. Shift and node, it's a snap on and off. I keep that one because it has the label. I think that node mode is already doing what it's intended to do, which is having keyboards, so that didn't change. You still can do accent mode as well with shift and step. I didn't change that one neither, so yeah, that's good. I try to keep all the existing functionality that I find useful in my script. Okay, talking about more shortcuts, you can use Alt and the knob change button to directly access the channel rack and the channel control. So the idea is that with Alt you are focusing everything related to channel rack in terms of the knobs. Okay, Shift will do FX or control change. That is the shortcut to actually go directly to FX or control change. Shift and Alt will do mixer and mixer control. And yeah, that's very good. I also need to show you this. Okay, you know, I told you about the FL mixer. FL mixer will have another functionality that is precisely to actually work with channel control and mixer control with the knobs as well. Okay, so when you are selecting FL mixer and turn the first okay, this is yeah, I'm focusing the mixer. Okay, mix control, and I am controlling the mixer on the pad page FL mix. Okay, now you see that turning the knob also will change here, but that's good because it's actually, of course, matching the layout of this. So all the time it will be matching the 4 selected channels. So that's a perfect match. So if you are mixing, let's say you are mixing on the channel rack. Now let's do it on the channel rack. Okay, you are mixing on the channel rack. You are selecting those 4 knobs. Okay, I can do you see that I can do quick mixing with the knobs but also with the path pages. So I can jump directly to a value and adjust the value with the knob. So if I don't like to be, for example, on 73% right now, here is 73%. I want to do a little bit more, I can adjust it with the knob. So that covers the part where you are a little bit limited because of the values of these faders, because if you use the knob mode that matches the control that you are trying to move, that will give you a more fine tuning of the volume that you want to have, right? And that will also make you able to do some jumps like this. I can do some funny jumps and go the volume up and down immediately, and that will make you the possibility of doing a shutter effect on your mixing. Okay. Since I wanted to cover everything, because this is the last version that I think I'm releasing, because I'm thinking that this is done. I'm thinking that maybe I will do some small things, but at the end, this is the base of my script for sure. This is the final version for me. Is the final version. I want to show you some other tricks, okay? So some other tricks are these. You can, and that's a very funny one. You can if you alt and you change the brightness, you see that you will have many different funny colors on the XY. That will also be happening on, what was the other mode? Actually, draw mode, view mode. Well, it will alter some of the pages, like also the view mode. You can see you can alter a little bit the template if you adjust the brightness. So you can personalize again a little bit of your controller. So yeah, very good here to have many different combinations of colors. I don't know if you can see really good on the screen. Maybe let me try to, yeah, so you can see how I am changing very beautifully the views. Those will look very good when you have it on your hands, not on this screen. Okay, but yeah, and I think I covered everything. I think I covered everything for this new version. Alright, so I hope you will have a very good time with this script, because it's awesome. Again, I exceeded the limits of the of a human-made script. This is crazy. I went completely crazy. I need someone to take me to the doctor, because what the hell I did, guys. This is too much. This is too much. This is too much. Okay. Alright, so I hope you like it, and yeah, I will see you soon with more scripts. Thank you for watching. Taisete DJ here for you guys. Take good care. See you.